Welcome back to Shacknews E3 2017 booth. We are here with Chris from RAZER to talk about the RAZER Thresher Ultimate, which is a very comfortable set of headphones. And you're going to explain to us all the awesome technology in this today, right?
I'll try to.
Yeah, just try to keep the mic up to your
I'll
face.
try to.
He's gonna try. He's gonna try to do it for Shacknews. We'll see. We have some time.
So Chris, there are a lot of headsets out on the market, but your headset seems to have a lot of unique features that aren't seen anywhere else. Kind of go into those features that are new, especially for the RAZER lineup.
For the RAZER lineup, well, the first thing you see is the double headband design. So that makes it extra comfortable, like resting on your head and adjust to your head height. So the main thing when we're looking at this headset really is you want to have it adjust to your head shape and size as much as possible. So you have the double headband design. You can like have the swivel here and the rocking here, so it really just adjusts very well to whatever size or shape your head may be.
And I can contest that because for you lid folks out there, I'm a size 8 in fit lit caps, so my head is huge, and this thing it fits really nicely.
And it fits great around glasses.
Yes, so it fits nicely around glasses primarily because we have a foam indentation in the ear cushions. So the memory foam has a cut, where typically your glasses would be, and so it gives in and it's super comfortable with eyewear.
So you can't see it because it's covered by the leather, but there's a piece of foam that's cut out right here, so your glasses don't create pressure when you wear it, which is like, I have to wear my glasses when I game. A lot of people do. It's really so shocking that not a lot of companies have done that yet.
Yes, and it seems like a trivial thing, but it does make a big difference.
No, there's a lot of attention to detail in this design.
A lot.
From, like you mentioned, this head strap here, where I think it prevents the hard plastic from touching the head, which just makes it a far more comfortable thing. I'm keeping this on my head for the whole night.
Wonderful.
And I produce music, so a lot of the time you have one ear open and one ear closed. So this is what you mentioned with the pivot on this is super comfortable. I think you guys, I was describing these as like pillows for my ears so far. You're gonna have to take these. You're gonna have to fight me for these after this interview.
Well, you also mentioned that it's under a pound. It's like 0.8 pounds.
Yes,
it is light.
That's right. Yeah, it's about 400 grams. And we reduce the clamping force, or like kind of balance the clamping force as well, how much pressure puts on your ear to be kind of in between, like a snug fit. Like it's a snug fit, but it's not like pressuring your ears or anything like that. But at the same time, it also doesn't drop off easily. So it just becomes really comfortable. And it's that fine balance that you get by fine tuning and just designing headsets over and over again as well. Extra thick memory foam to really, like with leatherette, so it gives you that sound isolation that you want in noisy environments like here, so that you can kind of drown out the external noise. And then obviously it's wireless, so that's kind of very important for a console headset. You don't want to have cables going around in your living room. And it's not just any wireless, so it's a near lossless wireless, so there's no compression or anything like that going on. It just sends the audio straight up to the headset. It's a 2.4 gigahertz solution that comes here from the audio hub that you see under that headset stand. So I can just remove this real quick.
I saw that's amazing. Because you can have that by your console and then this next to your desk if you're like, 10 feet away from your console, so you don't have to have them together.
Wow.
That's brilliant. I absolutely love that.
Oh, wow.
So these two, we want to make them separable because, well, exactly for what you just said. So
you want it close by, you want them separated. You want that customization for gamers to be able to do that.
And so the audio hub, not only does it provide the Dolby Digital and Dolby headphone, like 7.1 surround sound, but it also has a dual antenna in there that is a super powerful wireless solution. So it actually has a range of 20 meters without direct line of sight, or up to 50 meters with direct line of sight, which is obviously a bit of an overkill.
That's 150 feet for you US guys, 150 feet.
Of course.
I need to be 49 meters away from my PC or my console.
Challenge accepted.
And actually the most important thing maybe, so this is the PlayStation version. We kind of skipped that intro at the beginning, I suppose. This is the PlayStation version. It's also compatible with PC. And then we have a Xbox version that is green and is compatible with PC as well.
But just to be clear, so you'll need separate versions for PS4 and Xbox,
That's right.
but all of them will work with PC right out of the box.
That's exactly right. And so back to the wireless. So it's a 2.4 gigahertz wide range wireless, but we also employ a dual antenna in there that makes sure that you always. So there's an algorithm powering this that always checks the signal strength of both antennas and will always pick up the stronger signal. So that if you turn your head around and like one signal gets weaker, it just flips to the other one, and you don't have any packet losses or anything like that.
And that's important because, like, with in your house, you'll have LTE signals, Wi-Fi signals, radio signals, a ton of waves through the air, interrupting gameplay. So you want to have that strength antenna.
Yes, so it really protects you from that interference that you would typically see in wireless solutions, especially in the somewhat crowded 2.4 gigahertz range. So it protects you against losing any audio while you're doing it. It's a super powerful audio as well, 50 millimeter drivers, so fairly big drivers for the extra powerful bass and everything like that. The microphone, that's a retractable microphone. I can show that as well. Oh, you showed it already.
Yeah.
See,
no, we didn't show it already.
No, we didn't show it
earlier. I saw it. And
we
I loved
noticed
it.
So it retracts completely into the ear cushion.
It's omnidirectional.
It's a unidirectional mic boom design. So it's really meant to only pick up your voice and not too much environment. Yes, wonderful.
But Chris, the problem with wireless headsets is I don't want my battery to die after a few hours.
Yeah. So what's the battery life?
Like?
That was beautiful. So we have a battery life of 16 hours.
That's really good.
And it charges in 4 hours. And you can actually charge it while you're using it as well.
So 4 hours for a full charge, and like
that's
16 hours, that's insane amount of time to not charge something.
Yeah.
I think my phone lasts about 2 hours, so 16 is really good.
Step your phone game up, man.
Right, that's right.
Get good.
Yeah, good.
So talk about, you touched on the wireless, and talk about like the battery. What in the design with the battery went? How did you like get so much power out of that battery for 16 hours?
So that's fairly technical. It's primarily optimizations in the DSP and just minimizing the wireless overhead and everything like that. Just minimizing the power draw from it, so that on many headsets you can't charge it while you're using it because it draws too much power, and because we can do that, like that goes hand in hand with the 16 hours battery life, because we just reduce the power consumption. And I guess the other last aspect that we haven't really touched upon are the on-headset controls that you have. So there primarily you can quickly mute your microphone. We can actually switch this on as well. Just to show. So,
yeah, because it glows. I know it's hard to see on the stream, but it actually glows a blue.
It would. And then you can see here with the one click you mute your microphone. So, and it shows that in red, so you always know whether your mic is functioning or not. And you can adjust the mic gain here very easily. And on the other hand, you have volume control. Or on the Xbox version, you actually have a game chat versus voice chat balance.
Okay.
So if you're starting TeamSpeak and you can't hear your friends talking, then you can just adjust the balance between the two of them.
I like where you guys put those wheels. Because when you have it on your head, it's just natural to be using your thumbs.
Yeah, it feels really nice. So for the people out there who don't know about this, talk about why you have to build two different headsets for PS4 and Xbox.
Well, that's primarily based on different architectures for PlayStation and Xbox, and making full use of both the sound out, like, so you have DTS, you have Dolby, you have linear out, and all these kind of things. So you need to make sure that you get the right audio out from the optical and the USB cable, and you need to then, like, for example, what I was touching on earlier, different firmware settings for game and voice balance versus, on the other hand, master volume. So we need to cater to the specific platforms, but then on PC it works across the board, both.
When does this come out? And how much is the Kraken Ultimate?
The Thresher Ultimate.
Excuse me, because you guys, the sea creatures. I lose.
Previous. Yeah, so
I know. I lose
the
track.
Kraken one is our PC line. Yeah, RAZER Kraken, and now we have the RAZER Thresher Ultimate. That is our console line, and so at $249.99 in the US, and shipping in the US. So on RAZER, it's going to ship at the end of the month, and then in July starting to roll out into retail.
I'm looking for the RAZER Blue Dorsal Ultimate. It's a type of tropical fish, really rare.
I'll try and get that on the roadmap.
Because you guys have like fun animal names for all your stuff. The headsets all are
merino predators.
Marine predators, and then the keyboards are spiders.
Yeah, arachnids.
And then the controllers are kitties.
feline predators.
Feline predators.
Yeah, all
and then your mice are all serpents, snakes.
Snakes, that's right.
Frankenstein. That's so cool. It's like, how do you guys decide what to name the headset? There's so many cool animals, especially predator animals.
They just go to the zoo.
Yeah, that one. that one looks awesome.
It's a fun part of coming up with a new product, like trying to understand what are the strengths and weaknesses, trying to find an animal that could reflect that. That's not always possible, but then we just look at what are cool names, easy to remember, roll off the tongue well, sound intimidating, and somehow reflect what we're trying to get across. So, and then you usually come up with a large pool and start like narrowing it down. It's an interesting process.
No, in the design process, do you guys work with competitive gamers?
Yes.
To get feedback on what did you like, what did you don't like? Talk about that process a little
so, on this, like on console in particular, there's 3 teams that we primarily work with: Elevate, Red Reserve, as well as Rise Nation. So a couple of Call of Duty, Smite, and teams like that, and basically just trying to get them to try it out. So since it's a wireless headset, we didn't use it in tournament settings, but these guys also put in a lot of hours at home. And so, especially, they have very high requirements for comfortable headset, because if you're going to wear it for 8 to 10 hours a day, you don't want it to be wearing you down, right? So a lot of it was primarily really just testing it, well, both in noisy environments as well as just for extended periods of time, and does it fit your requirements? And so there's a lot of work that goes on with these guys, and they're deeply involved in our development process.
You guys also, it comes with the awesome tangle-free cord that you guys
That's
come with
right.
all your product, and you guys are very generous with that length. It's like 6 or 8 feet. It's huge.
That's right.
Like, I mean, usually when I get a headset, it's like, oh, I get a 24-inch cord, thanks. You know what I mean? But this is huge.
So it's about 7 feet, I believe, or 2 meters for the non-Americans. So that just allows you, because eventually you do run out of power, especially when you play long hours, or if you forget to charge it one time. Happens to everyone, right? And so you can still use it with a 2 meter length. Well, at that point in time, you're kind of using it as a wired headset, but at least you're still getting to use it, even though you forgot to charge it.
Have you guys considered making music listening headphones? Because this is really awfully comfortable.
Well, so we always look at it in a way that all our headsets are primarily designed for gaming.
Yeah.
But if it's good enough for gaming, it's probably good enough for a lot of other things as well. So that's kind of product design philosophy that kind of shines through everything that we do. We primarily design it for gaming in mind.
Sure.
And if other people enjoy it, all the better.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Chris, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
E3 booth. We can find out more about all the awesome Razer stuff on Razer on all social media.
That's right.
The internet.
Yeah, on RazerZone.com.
This is the Thresher Ultimate. When is it coming out?
So shipping at the end of the month on RazerZone, and then next month rolling out into retail.
And how much does it cost again?
$249.99.
It's $50 less than other premium wireless headsets. Usually they're $300. So that's actually
awesome.
a good market.
Well,
That's right.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Keep it locked here. We have a lot more guests coming here.
We have a ton more stuff
from the show floor of E3. And thanks again.
My pleasure.
Yep. Bye-bye.